Preserving organic heritage seeds, a legacy for future generations in an era dominated by industrial agriculture. Preserving organic heritage seeds has become both a necessity and a noble mission. These heirloom varieties carry centuries of history, resilience, and biodiversity that modern monocultures have largely erased. The Ambrosia Community Seed Bank stands at the forefront of this movement, safeguarding genetic diversity through meticulous documentation and cultivation practices passed down from generation to generation. Our work is not merely agricultural, it's cultural preservation in its purest form. The living memory of crops, every grain of wheat, every tomato vine, tells a story etched in time. Heirloom seeds are living repositories of human ingenuity, shaped by generations of farmers who selected traits that thrived under local conditions. Unlike hybridized commercial strains, these plants have evolved naturally within their environments. Consider the black Spanish radish, which survived the Great Famine of 1846 due to its ability to grow in poor soil. Or the Hopi blue corn, cultivated by Native American tribes for millennia before being nearly lost during colonization efforts. This ancestral knowledge isn't just historical curiosity, it represents adaptive strategies we may need today. As climate patterns shift unpredictably, these old-world crops offer solutions we've yet to fully understand. Why biodiversity matters more than ever. Modern farming relies heavily on a narrow range of genetically modified crop varieties. This lack of diversity leaves entire food systems vulnerable to disease outbreaks, pests, and environmental changes. In contrast, traditional seed-saving methods ensure genetic variation remains intact across generations. For example, when the potato blight devastated Ireland in 1845, the country depended almost exclusively on one variety. Today, the Ambrosia Seed Archive contains over 45 different potato types, each adapted to various growing conditions and resistant to different pathogens. Diverse gene pools mean diverse survival strategies. Some plants thrive in drought-prone areas while others require abundant moisture. Certain species develop natural pest resistance without chemical intervention. Variety ensures some will survive extreme weather events that would destroy uniform plantings. Our collection includes rare but resilient species like the red Russian kale, which can withstand frosts well below freezing, and the Moro blood sweet pepper, known for its extraordinary heat tolerance. Traditional seed-saving techniques reimagined. While ancient techniques remain invaluable, contemporary science enhances our understanding of how best to preserve these vital resources. The Ambrosia community employs a combination of time-honored practices and modern technology to maintain seed viability. We use hand pollination methods developed by Andean communities for thousands of years, combined with cryopreservation techniques used by leading botanical institutions worldwide. This dual approach ensures we honor tradition while embracing innovation. Seed drying is a critical process requiring precise humidity control. We utilize solar-powered dehydrators designed specifically for heirloom seeds, maintaining optimal conditions without relying on fossil fuels. Each batch undergoes rigorous testing before storage. Proper labeling follows strict guidelines established by international seed banks. Every packet includes origin information, planting instructions, and notes about special requirements such as cross-pollination risks or preferred soil pH levels. Community engagement and education. Preservation requires more than careful curation, it demands active participation from growers everywhere. Through workshops, field days, and online tutorials, the Ambrosia Project empowers individuals to take part in this crucial endeavor. Last season alone, we conducted over 100 hands-on demonstrations teaching participants how to identify true heirloom varieties versus commercially available hybrids. These sessions emphasized the importance of open-pollinated plants that produce consistent offspring. Our mobile learning units travel to remote villages where access to agricultural education is limited. Trained volunteers teach locals how to save seeds using simple tools like mesh bags and paper envelopes, ensuring knowledge transfer continues unbroken. We also host annual festivals celebrating regional specialties. At these gatherings, experienced gardeners share stories behind their favorite cultivars while offering samples of dishes made from heritage grains and legumes. Economic benefits of local seed systems supporting organic heritage seeds creates economic opportunities beyond mere sustenance. By cultivating native varieties, small-scale farmers gain access to niche markets willing to pay premium prices for authentic products. A case study from the Andes Mountains showed that farmers growing indigenous quinoa varieties earned significantly higher incomes compared to those cultivating imported soybeans. Their crops commanded better prices because they were perceived as healthier and more sustainable choices. Local seed exchanges foster community connections that extend far beyond commerce. When neighbors trade saved seeds, they build relationships based on shared experiences rather than transactional interactions. The Ambrosia Network facilitates these exchanges through digital platforms connecting growers globally. Members can request specific varieties or offer surplus stocks, creating decentralized networks that reduce reliance on corporate suppliers. Climate resilience through genetic diversity. As global temperatures rise and precipitation patterns become increasingly erratic, the value of diverse seed collections becomes even more apparent. Many heirloom varieties possess inherent adaptations we've only begun to document. Taking the Cucurbita argyrosperma squash as an example, recent research revealed its exceptional ability to tolerate high salinity levels found in coastal regions affected by rising sea levels. Such discoveries highlight why conservation efforts must continue unabated. We maintain extensive records linking specific traits to geographic origins. This data helps predict which varieties might be most useful in adapting to changing climates around the world. For instance, certain millet strains show promise for arid zones experiencing desertification. Through partnerships with meteorological agencies, we track microclimates where particular crops historically thrived. This allows us to make informed recommendations about which seeds could help communities facing similar challenges today. Fostering cultural identity through plant genetics beyond biological significance, heirloom seeds serve as tangible links to cultural identity. Many traditions revolve around specific crops grown according to seasonal rhythms handed down through generations. In India, the Kabuli chickpea plays a central role in religious ceremonies and family rituals. Preserving this variety means protecting aspects of spiritual life tied closely to agricultural cycles. Similarly, in the Pacific Islands, taro cultivation carries deep social meaning, with different varieties associated with specific clans or lineages. Losing these plants would mean losing pieces of collective memory encoded in edible form. By documenting these associations alongside seed samples, we create holistic archives that capture both ecological and sociocultural dimensions of our shared heritage. The role of technology in modern conservation advancements in DNA sequencing now allow scientists to analyze genetic markers that determine desirable characteristics in plants. This capability enhances our ability to catalog and categorize seed collections systematically. We employ barcoding techniques to assign unique identifiers to each accession in our database. This makes tracking lineage easier and prevents accidental crosses between unrelated species. Geographic Information System (GIS) mapping enables visualization of where different cultivars originated and how they spread across landscapes over time. Such maps reveal fascinating migration routes traced through seed dispersal patterns. Data analytics help identify gaps in our holdings, guiding future collecting expeditions toward regions where significant diversity still exists but faces imminent threats from development projects or climate change impacts. Challenges facing contemporary seed keepers. Despite growing awareness, several obstacles hinder widespread adoption of organic heritage seed preservation. One persistent issue involves patent laws favoring biotechnology companies over traditional knowledge holders. Many heirloom varieties face legal battles over ownership rights, particularly when corporations attempt to claim patents on plants long cultivated by indigenous peoples. This undermines principles of fair compensation and recognition of original stewards. Pest management presents another challenge. While heirlooms often display natural resistance, new invasive species occasionally threaten them. Integrated pest management, IPM, approaches combine biological controls with minimal chemical interventions. Storage facilities must meet stringent standards to prevent mold growth or rodent infestation. Our underground vaults, maintained at constant temperatures below 15 degrees Celsius, provide ideal conditions for long-term preservation. Building sustainable futures together. The journey towards securing our agricultural legacy begins with individual actions taken collectively. Whether through home gardening or supporting local seed initiatives, everyone contributes to this vital cause. Each person who saves and shares seeds participates in a continuum stretching back millennia. Your contribution today shapes what tomorrow's children will eat, how they'll cook, and ultimately, who they'll become. Join us in honoring this sacred trust, to protect not just crops but the very essence of humanity's relationship with the land we depend upon for survival. Together, let's cultivate a future rich in diversity, rooted in respect for nature's wisdom, and sustained by the enduring spirit of cooperation among people united by common purpose.